just to preface to all this, guys, the first part of this is going to be a bit interactive, so when you need to, raise your hands, and I'll tell you to get up and move around and follow the directions. All right? All right, so first question, who here knows who I am? You did this. All right, who here maybe doesn't know who I am, but maybe knows someone else in this room? They know one other person in this room? Know who they are? All right, so pretty much everyone. That's good. Okay. Now go and find two people who you know and shake their hand and thank them for being here tonight. It's going to get more crazy. Go find 4 people who you don't know and give them a hug. You guys are awesome. I have something else. But I have something else to ask of you tonight. And what I have to ask of you is perhaps too much. But I'm going to anyway, because I feel that it's important. Not just important, but possibly one of the most important things that you can do in your life. But before I do, I should probably introduce myself, going with the theme of relationships and all. Hello. My name is Edward Ernest McManus III. I prefer to simply be called Mac. It's a tad shorter, easy to remember. I'm 27 years old. I'm happily married to a loving wife. I have 3 younger siblings and a great relationship with my father. I was in the Marine Corps from 2003 when I was 17 and got out in 2007 when I was 22. I was recalled in the Marines in 2008 and I got out again in 2009 at the rank of sergeant. I went on 3 tours to Iraq during my service, and they've affected who I am today substantially. The key point to take from my introduction is that who I was at 17, 18, 19, and so on were all very different from who I am now. And not only that, but who I was at each of those individual instances in time was also different and built upon from the previous version. And that is what I'm here tonight hoping to do, to help some of you here grow and change into something more substantial than you already are. That is the point of education, is it not? Now, as we've already seen from some amazing presentations tonight, the focus of tonight is relationships. And the relationship that I'm thinking of specifically is not just between you or me or any other specific individual. It's a relationship between each of us and humanity itself. Now, that's a pretty large scale. That's actually the largest scale relationship that any human being on earth can have. To put it in perspective as best I can, and maybe give some examples, I want you to consider how your actions might affect someone else at any given moment on the planet. It could be something as simple as doing your roommate a favor to brighten their day because they failed their test. Or it can be stealing someone's credit card. It can be taking up a cause to support those in need like the Habitat for Humanity or Food Bank of the Rockies, even joining the Peace Corps. Or it could be you making a bad choice, drinking and driving and killing someone's older brother. It can be a great deal of things, and that's the point. Sometimes they can be things that we don't even consider. Some things that we, as a race, do not yet believe to be feasible or realistic. And this is human nature. We're pack animals, are we not? Guys? Rocco? Girls? Do you ever go to the bathroom alone in a public setting? Everyone laughing knows that's... Now the downfall of this is that we limit the size of our groups. And we differentiate between each specific group and another. And I'll give examples here. JWU and Metro. Different, right? We're not Metro students, we go to JWU. What about Michigan and Ohio State? Anybody from Michigan or Ohio State? Yeah, they don't get along. Here's one that might be a little closer for some of you. How about Broncos fans and Raiders fans? Oh. Let's go a little broader here. How about men and women? We differentiate each other, don't we? Even further than that, let's go, how about Catholic or Protestant or Jew or anything? Islam. How about Republicans or Democrats? Bloods and Crips. Americans, Mexicans, Italians, French, English, white, black, Asian, Hispanic, and so on. And what's even better is that there's smaller subcategories for every one of those. This phenomenon is called diversity. And among many nations, we embrace diversity, and we should. It's a good thing. Diversity brings about many different perspectives and ideas that advance our culture and species at a much higher rate than everyone going along, doing everything the exact same way all the time. But it can be dangerous, because some people embrace their diversity so much that they disregard their first and foremost responsibility. Humanity. When diversity becomes more important than humanity, people suffer. People die. Acts of evil have been committed throughout the entire history of mankind because of the overwhelming embrace of diversity. Religious zealots rampaging and destroying those who don't follow their specific beliefs. Politicians and large corporation owners with their own agendas greedily seeking more power and wealth, causing suffer and strife among those unable to defend themselves. Gang members killing each other as a representation of something to their small group. Warlords controlling entire cities through fear, threats, and demonstrations of brutality. When I joined the Marines in 2003, I wasn't sure what I was getting into. I just knew that college wasn't for me and that I wanted to do something that actually mattered. Being in the Marines for the brief time that I was, I witnessed some events. Events that changed who I was into who I am currently. Events that no person should normally have to witness. Events that were devastating. Devastating. That means extremely effective in a destructive way. Devastation is caused not just by the overbearing belief in something else, like a religion or a dictator or greed. Devastation happens when individuals have shed their humanity. For all the technological, medical, scientific, and social advancements that we have made, we are still fundamentally primitive as a species, and I find this disappointing. To the extent where I feel sorrow in my heart every time I think about it. Half the Earth's population is still struggling to survive, and we still have the fundamental problems that every person on this planet can agree is wrong. Murder, theft, racism, rape, and abuse. The common factor in all of these acts is that they have lost focus of humanity. Selfishness, religious or anti-religious extremes, political scheming are the most common culprits, but why do these exist? The most common answer given is imperfection of human nature, which may be true. But does this mean that it's impossible to overcome? I refuse to believe so. How do we stop these problems? Some people believe that making them illegal cuts back on it, and maybe it does. But that doesn't eliminate the problem, that only makes it illegal. Only by removing the desire, the cause for hate, the incentive for abuse, can we prevent the problems in the first place. We must stop them at the source rather than trying to deal with after effects. This is the only solution I can ethically agree with. I refuse to accept that the human race will never unite under a common cause of greater good for all. I do realize that it probably may not happen in my lifetime, or even in my children's lifetime. But I do hope that someday we, as a race, will evolve and progress enough to get to that point, where the desire for murder, or theft, or rape, or hate simply does not thrive or even exist. It is the actions of the people that make the difference in what happens on this planet of ours. It is the actions of each of you that play the vital role in what happens in your own lives and the lives of those around you. That is why I stand here talking to all of you, hoping that I can open at least one mind tonight. Because before you were a member of Johnson & Wales University, before you were a Bronco or a Raider fan, before you were a man or a woman, or a Catholic or Protestant or Jew or Muslim, before you were gay or straight, before you are a Republican or Democrat or American or Mexican or Italian or white, black, Asian or Hispanic, you are human. And that is what I ask of you here tonight. To please open your minds. Open your minds and your hearts to humanity. To quote Mahatma Gandhi, be the change you wish to see in this world. You've already affected at least 6 other people in this room tonight simply by shaking their hand or giving them a hug, and they've changed yours. How many other lives will you affect? My name is Mac, and I believe in what I say, and I believe in humanity, and I believe in all of you.